There we go. And we're live. I got it fixed, everybody. How's it going? Michael Roll here with another, well, it's not Sunday, so I'm called this Monday morning musings, even though it's probably afternoon, too. So, how's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys are doing good. Got a lot to talk about, but I don't know how much of it we'll actually talk about, so we'll see. We're just going to kind of wing it like usual. So I like to do it with spirit, right? Open heart. Freedom of expression. It's funny, everyone wants to channel or learn how to, or talk with spirit and what's this, what's that, and you just got to go into your heart, and everyone's trying to figure it out, with the mind, and what does this book say and what does that say, and we all got to learn. I mean, we all got to research, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, man. But just shouting out to everybody. Let me get myself settled here. I'm a little pinched in. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I guess I'm on at a different time. I'm still figuring out what the best time for everything is. So shout out to everybody, all you guys going through it out there. The purge energies are crazy. Scoot over a little. So what we're going to talk about today. So I think what's important is, I usually say oftentimes anyways in all my videos, is that people start to really understand what's kind of happening, understand who you are, what's going on inside of yourself, so you can better understand all the things outside of yourself. It's kind of the path home, right? Goes in again. I think what happens is, as everyone is trying to figure things out, they get lost in what they think. So I hear a lot of things, and I'm always here fighting for humanity, and I don't, what that means is I'm fighting for us with spirit. I'm fighting spirit for us. So there's a lot of stuff that's out there. Spirit is, just because it's spirit, is it good or is it bad? Well, there's both. It's not just because it's spiritual means it deserves worship all of a sudden, right? You guys know how I feel about that whole thing. But the concept that everyone keeps trying to learn, and the farther we keep going, the further away we're getting from what we already know, who we already are. It's like that thing when, adults or whoever, when you're a child and they say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I literally, since I've heard that, like I never had something to say, like, because in that moment, I looked back and I thought to myself, you don't already see that I am something, right? Like, what does that tell kids when you're saying, what do you want to be when you grow up? As if they're going to say something and then you're going to be like, oh, that's a shitty idea. Sorry. What do you want to be when you grow up, Johnny? I want to be a corn star. It's like, oh, okay, well, you really got your hand. Like, why are we even asking them? Like, you know what I mean? So we can judge them. Kid, don't tell nobody what you want to be when you grow up, because it don't matter what they think anyways. It's just like, it's so funny. But let's get going here. I wrote down a lot of stuff. I wanted to kind of dig into it because I get so many downloads. That's why I like blabbing, on here. And I got to blab to some degree, because if I don't, I'll blow up, I'll explode inside, but there's just so much that comes through, and so many links, and oh, this is like that, and that's like that, right? Like, you guys been watching me for a while, it's how I naturally do it and how I naturally function, but there's always that judgment, right? So I wanted to talk today about why we're all really here, why you're here, why I'm here, why we're all really here. We're all really here not to be walking around judging people. I think for the most part, we all know that, right? But what I mean specifically is, like me, I'm a blabber, I'm a talker, right? I'm an ideas kind of guy, right? Like, I will sum up the whole situation instantly, right? Especially once you guys start getting in touch with your intuition, and you just kind of know stuff, and then you can read people's minds, and it gets kind of weird. And it's not like people think you're reading people's minds. You just know how they feel, and so I've always been the type to want to go around and make people feel better, but getting to that point of where I totally just lost it, that there's so many things coming in, and being able to just narrow them all down. It's like, it's in because again, what that does is that creates a linear frame for people to read something and then try to understand it. But then a lot of times it's like when you read things over again and then you get a whole brand new insight, it's because you weren't even hearing it on that first level, So like I said, it's like when it's like when people parent, they're, what do you want to be when you grow up, Michael? And I'm just like I'm looking, like I'm inside, I'm looking at them like, what? You know what I mean? And I'm like 5 years old, you know what I mean? But then we go into the world, right? Me, well, my example, stick with it, right? Where we have to abide by this stuff that all these adults and other people are telling us to do, right? And it doesn't work. Well, I mean, it works. Yeah, Hey, that way, what's up, man? How's it going, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, no, so I wanted to just, talk again, monologue, music, whatever, because I see it all the time where there's so much judgment in the spiritual world where it's like, oh, you're not this. I had a comment to somebody, I don't know where they came from, but I've never, that's pretty, I'm going to be nice. I had a comment and they said, oh, it's really weird, the things that people think and the things that people think they know based off of just, like, we're all learning, and the number one thing is to know that you don't know nothing. And the more you think you know something, it's like the more the universe can say. It's like I had somebody tell me, I'm not a dragon, let's say, for example. And so now I go back to being a kid. What do you want to be when you grow up? I already am. I'm already me. I've never wanted to be anything else, man. But I know that like these aspects are inside me, right? So there's a lot of people coming in, some of you guys might be new to my channel and stuff like this, but a lot of what I talk about here is stuff that, people are going to have to understand what I'm saying. Otherwise, go back and watch my videos, I guess, because I really won't even know where to tell you which video it was, but 3-4 years now. So feel free to go back and try to piece me together. Have fun with that. I think I think we all need to worry about piecing ourselves together, not worrying about everybody else, right? Trying to figure out, is that person lying or are they not lying, or should I trust them anyways because maybe it'll take me so far? No, we gotta stop all that. We gotta get back to the center. Everybody else is trying to tell everybody else who somebody else is trying to be, or like, because I know more and I'm more spiritual, or I'm more educated, or I'm more, this and that, and it all just brings me back to that traumatic moment when I was a kid. Somebody said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I just looked at him, I'm like, yeah, he doesn't get it either. Is this the world I have to live in? Like, I don't think anybody's really paying attention, and I want to talk about that stuff too. The concept of common sense and paying attention, right? We always say common sense. I don't want to use this example necessarily, but it's the one that came at the time, right? And so, right, and it made me crack up, me and Spirit, but let's take gals. There's makeup and then there's non-makeup types of gals, right? So, and this is an exercise here in staying with consistency, okay? Like being, not sidetracking, not making misdirection, not lying, no ego, okay? You got a woman who's putting makeup on, takes her an hour, right, to put on her makeup. No judgment, totally fine. And you got a woman gets up, splash water in her face, rubs the dirt out of her eyes, and then you're off and running to the errands for the day or whatever, right? By default, I'm going to ask you a question. Which is more complex than the other? Right? Just by default. It's not a judgment. It's not saying complex is good or complex is bad, or non-complex is good or non-complex is bad. But it's the concept that everything came from somewhere in the beginning, right? We all come from somewhere. There are no these gaps in, like, right? So if the makeup person is more complicated, I'm going to go off how I feel about this, because clearly you can feel about anything and just make a new rule for it nowadays. But the woman, I would say, who's not makeup oriented, probably less complicated. Okay, now no offense, I don't want to pick anybody anymore, but I don't know where to start talking about this stuff with anybody if we don't actually start talking about stuff, so my apologies for your triggers, but I don't know what's gonna happen. you know that woman who puts on all the makeup, right? What is the concept of even putting on makeup, right? Most women aren't putting it on so they can become cats or look like a mermaid, or what I mean. Like, that's how it starts when they're you're kids and they want to dress up, and that's fun. I get that. That's literally embodying anything on earth. You're embodying it. You're playing with the energy. But then at some point, right, because society, and I'm not blaming society, I'm just saying, it's all that competition. It's not pretty enough. It's not this, it's not that, right? Like, so like if you're putting anything on your face to change the way it looks, what's that mean? I don't know. So what I'm getting at is there's been a really long line of not fractionated, path. There's reality and truth, and it's the fact that there's a lot of misdirections. And I'm going to leave it at that. But why did I want to say this? Because it's an exercise in staying with common sense. Right. So a lot of people aren't. Okay. Like the person came to me as a kid. What do you want to be when you grow up? Okay. You don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't, what do I want to be? What? Seriously? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of weird question is that? Like, what do you want to be that you already aren't? It's kind of like identifying with music, right? Like, I love punk rock. Okay. So Liberty spikes, shaved heads, leather jackets. This is my jam, right? But do I have that? You know what I mean? No. But there's so many of us in the world that feel like we need to dress like that and talk like that and do all this stuff in order to, I don't know, I guess it's an ultimate fitting in that everyone's looking for. And then everyone who doesn't fit in, they say, well, where do we fit in? You're still looking to fit in. So it's like, for me, it's over and over and over and over and over. Like, it's like the Ouroboros, right? Everyone's figuring it out, but they're like skipping where it comes back to the center, and it doesn't really make a difference. You gotta say, like, what, you're Muslim? So, okay, so you kill yourself for your God. Well, we're Christians over on that side. So that means if you kill yourself, it's a sin and you're going to hell. So, I mean, like, there's all of this stuff out there. And we all got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop soaking it up. We just got to stop. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to know the truth. And if you're listening to anyone else tell you, it's just not what it's not. I mean, yeah, truth as in, like, you learn math, 2 + 2 is 4. Okay. Yeah, teacher, you're right. I mean, okay. Right. But when it comes to living life and the spiritual, it's kind of like the thought of, and again, I don't want to get, political or anything. Like, I'm not trying to get on all this stuff that's happening now, but it's happening now. So we have to talk about it, right? It's a problem. They don't want you talking spirit all the time. If spirit's telling you don't talk about this, don't talk about that, I'm kind of up to here with everyone and everything and all the multidimensional, because think of all the so there's more powerful beings that are keeping low vibration, so they haven't thought of anything higher vibration than where they're at. Like, I'm not impressed with anybody, any of this stuff. Like, oh, we have cell phones, cool, guess what, didn't need it, but now we got them, okay, fine. Like, the machinations of the human world is not even close to what we can be or create or who we are or what we are. So all the arguing, it's like I'm watching children argue with children over and over and over again. And I'm sorry, I don't want to pick on people. It's like, I don't know how to get it through to people. And then spirit says, well, some people you can't. Oh, so I'm just gonna, all right, I'm just not gonna make any more videos. It's like, what do you mean, man? Like, we have to talk about this stuff, and we all have to talk about it. So this is what I'm saying. The reason why you're here, the reason we're all here, recognizing that we're all divisions of oneness, right? So, like, if you have to be like I'm blabby and I'm talking, and I see what I see, I have to be that way. I have to. It's crucial that I am. Right? So does everybody else. You got to be how you are. but everybody, it's just constant judgment in the spiritual realm and this, right? Like what was I saying earlier? Oh, I'm not a dragon. Obviously I'm a human, and you can see that. Okay, so let's just start there. Okay. I don't even know where to go with that, because it makes me wonder what they think dragons are and what they've been learning this whole time. It makes me concerned. We're all the things. If we have all the DNA from 22 different races out here, 23rd's coming online, right? A new body type. I mean, you embody all of the things. If you want to embody it, how come it's like watching television or a show or a movie or whatever, and you watch it so you can feel like you're the character, you know what I mean? So we're watching, where's the dragon, and Dragonheart, right? Right? Shout out Dragonheart, Dennis Quaid, heck yeah. And like you feel like you're the dragon, right? So we're sitting here saying, oh, you're not this, you're not that. But what is the thing? What is a dragon? Well, according to us, we've drawn them like this. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, look at his face. That's not a dragon. Oh, we could have figured that one out, guys. Come on, man. We gotta wake up out there. What you're doing is you're embodying the energy and the flow of a being, of an idea, because all of the ideas of a dragon or a turtle or a turtle in the hair, rabbit, super fast, all of these concepts are our concepts that we've created ourselves. So if the dragons exist in our minds or whatever, if we've created all of this, it exists. And like I say, when people say, what do you want to be? Well, you can only kind of be one thing. Now, we're many things all at once, but you know what I'm saying? Like I got a human body, right? Okay, this is the one I have. I don't go off in the night and shift over and unzip this, and then zipper up my, I don't know, my dolphin body and then go for a dip, so there's all the realistic people out there, and they're not comparing it right. They're not understanding it right. Like I said, no offense, shout out the makeup. Like if you're putting makeup on for any reason, there's an aspect of yourself, even if it's this big, that's worried that you're not pretty enough. That's all I'm saying. I gotta be the bad guy to say it? Everybody wants common sense, but they can't even do it themselves. Like, I'm sorry, I love everybody, but man, you can't admit, right? It doesn't matter how much your man tells you you're beautiful, he's still putting it on. All right, but now we'll never be able to talk about her insecurity. Okay, because it's not an insecurity; she just likes to put on makeup. Right? And that's fine too, because then there is those cases where people just like to dress up and they like to blah, 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 but you'll never see them dress up normal. Right? I know what I want to wear today and dress up as me. I'm going to go outside and not put anything. I mean, hey, shout out to anybody. Again, I'm not here to judge. I'm just what we're all here to do. What I'm here to do is straighten out a line. Okay, a really screwy line that gets us all the way back home to that place. Okay, that place already there. There's only one line, and it goes straight to it. There's nothing else to go around, right? It's like a tree, and you can branch off and you can learn all the things, and that's great. And you bear fruit. You got new fruit because you thought of a new idea. It was fresh. It was new. It was exciting. It was a new arm. It was a new leaf. It was a new flower, and then it wanted to be a tomato. Beautiful, right? But then your core, right? Trees don't forget. You don't have one branch on one end going, I'm this religion, and then another branch on this, I'm that religion. No, because they all have the same core. So getting us all to that point is my sort of thing that I like to do, is because I'm good at it. You know what I mean? Like I can hear the patterns, I can see them, I can feel them. It gets pretty crazy once you start tuning in. Like I can feel the pattern before the pattern even, like I know it before I even, like I'll just respond, and then that becomes second. Anyway, we're all different, but that's, this is what we're here to do, right? Everybody wants to know which way, how do we do this, how do we do that? There's only one way, right? Like, how do you take care of your body? There's only one way. And I mean, again, one, like, there's millions of things, like, but there's only one way, right? Like the good stuff, the getting rest, eating right, and drinking fresh water, and taking care of yourself. That's like taking care of yourself. That's it. How do you, you know, everything, it's not some convoluted, how do we make creation ourselves, man, woman, baby? It's not convoluted. We don't have to make 10,000, gazillion different things, in order to, and I just feel like it's very important that we remember that. Okay, let me shift gears here. I got to talk about some more stuff. What y'all saying? People can't fathom the depths of truth. That's why they run from it. It's true. It's true. And most people want the truth, or most people don't want the truth. They want their narrative. They want to fit in, right? They want to, be accepted by people that I don't even know why you're asking for their exception or their, acceptance in the first place. Phonetically, face is fake. Oh, nice. That's a good one. I like that, because it is. This isn't who we truly are. There's so many, as I say too, people out there saying you're this, you're not that. It's like me. I say I'm Pleiadian, or some people say Pleiadian. Then there's people out there saying you're not Pleiadian. Anybody who says there's some other being is, cracked out. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just going like, all you guys, you still not getting it. Right? You know what I'm saying? You still not putting it all together. You still too busy arguing to step back and put together what you guys are actually saying. So you have one that's saying it's not real, it doesn't exist at all, right? Pleiadians, not even a real people, right? That doesn't even just poof, okay. So there's no way you could be. Then there's other people who are like, no, I totally really feel connected to them and feels like home, when I go there, right? Could it be your home planet? Sure. There might be one that feels even more like home. We don't know. What if it's your friends? What if it's your tribe home? What if it's the council place your tribe meets up at in the Pleiades? And, or then you go Arcturians. Well, are they physical, non-physical? I feel, it's the concept that everyone's trying to put it in a box and make it so, you know what I mean? It's the whole idea of the box is out of the box. Creation itself made the box, right? So creation is not inside of a box. So, that's why you get into with too many people being like, what's rational, what's real, what you can really do. Listen, it's creation, and it's on every single level, and it's happening all the time. It's spiritual happening, it's emotionally happening, mentally happening, and it's physically happening. It's called creation. That's it. There's nothing else to figure out, guys, just how to create like a building, or how to create or let plants create themselves. Okay. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the concept that humanity grew from the ground up. Like we just grew out of the trees and out of the grass and out of everything. And then, we're just still figuring all this stuff out, but then there's like millions of people believe in one thing, millions of people believe in another thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a hodgepodge of a lot of mixed and a lot of different things going on, all kinds of places. And all the hatred and that's all the vengeance and all the people mad for whatever happened in the past. And that's why I keep saying it doesn't just, it's like when America says we got terrorists, it's like we didn't just have them. Like, like, hey, it's been a while, we ain't had no terrorists, we should probably get some. Okay, let's go. And like they just popped up, you know what I mean? Like all of this just happens out of nowhere. Nobody knows why. Nobody can figure out why. Nobody wants to look at the fact that it's how we're raising our children. It's how we're treating each other. It's the BS we're making them go through on a constant basis. That's confusing the living crap out of them. Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you hit, 20 to 30, whatever. And then everybody realizes, oh yeah, this is kind of confusing out here, So we try to make it less confusing. Less is more, guys. So, again, I'm just here to talk. I just like to talk because that's what I grew up doing. We didn't have television. I had television, but I watched TV all the time, play some video games. I was a kid, right? Had Mario Brothers and Zelda, of course. You know what I mean? But I skater boy, ride my bike around, the neighborhood all the time. We'd go play soccer in the field. It was a big, huge diamond field. I played little league baseball. I played basketball, junior high, I think, you know what I mean? As a kid, like none of this weird stuff ever even existed. People actually had to talk to each other. You had to stick it out more than 5 seconds at a time because your attention span can't last or it's not interesting enough. You actually had to talk to people and get to know them. And everybody out there saying, you're Pleiadian, you're drag, you're not this, you're not that. Why? Because you saw my YouTube video. You know what I mean? There's so much ish. Michael wants to talk because literally 90% of this, everything that's here needs to line, needs to get corrected, and I've discussed in length about how to do this, and I would not be true to myself if I did it any other way. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but yeah, we're going to see how this grows. And shout out you guys. I had a friend mention, recently that, spirit's guiding them not to really, talk too much about politics and and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, no, that's where I live. That's where I realize that, if I'm sitting here by myself, not doing nothing, it's not too exciting. But the second I hear some shit, excuse my French, like, woo, it's time to go. All right, get your stuff ready. That's how I feel a lot of times. We're all placed down here and we all have to hold our light. We have to do what we can, but then we got to step back, and then so it's literally like I'm just waiting. They say don't wait, but we're waiting. We're waiting for all the signals. We have to wait, because you don't want to create anything too without like the proper signals, and then you just go off, to doing whatever. Hey, Tina. Hi, Tina. Miss you, girl. Yeah, folks can't even handle the fact that they've been lied to. Yeah, no kidding. Yep, and only love remains. Yeah, that was a post I saw today. Facebook was awesome today. I was cracking up. I usually don't stay on that long, and I kept scrolling. I was like, oh my God, they're getting better and better. This is good. Look at how everybody's changing, everybody's feeling. But that's what's happening, right? It's everyone is coming back into the center. It's understanding what words or what it feels like, or what is, like if somebody says something, like if I say the word black, right? Like, does that mean I'm automatically racist right now? You know what I'm saying? So there's so much of that. And that's the split. Either you're going to go off this way and just make up your own delusional world about what I was saying, or you're going to listen intuitively inside, and then that the other person is either being honest or they're not. You can hear it in the heart space. You can hear it, right? So looking at this world, seeing all these things that everyone's creating, while then knowing that the true path, the one path of love, path of light, whatever you guys want to call it, it's always been here and it hasn't changed. And this is what they mean when they say it's all the deviations of man. It's all the machinations of man that have put you out of touch with spirit. You know what I mean? And all the spiritual technologies and your abilities and your all this and this and this, because we're not seeing anything. How can, like, anyone who's an expert out there who says, I believe in science over, spirituality, bye-bye. Anyone who says, I believe in spirituality more than science, bye-bye. Okay. We have to stop separating ourselves, right? And then even in the concept, right, of like, oh, I'm a Pleiadian, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. Michael still doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, are you a good one or are you a bad one? There's a lot of ways we can, I still got a lot of questions. Okay. It's uh-oh, I just cut out. When did that cut out? Right. We're on Pleiadian talk. I give you my hair did long overdue. Is it back? We got 2 bars. So even, what was I saying? The Pleiadian, like, or you're Pleiadian, or Arcturian, or you're Lyran, or you're Lyran, or you're whatever, it's like, okay, so now what, guys? Like, it's so weird. I don't know. Where is this? Like, common sense, I don't even think it's been here since I was born. Um, what is it? But that's just limiting within itself too. What do you want to be when you grow up? A Pleiadian? Why do you want to be that? Why do you want to be anything? Right? I want to be happy, right? I want to be whole and complete and content, and I want to be in the flow of life and thriving and excited in the passion of life. Like, what do I want to be when I grow up? Shoot. Well, pick any one of those, jobs, and there's probably only like 5-10% of the people who actually, like, even the people who like what they do, they probably don't want to do it that often, but we have to do it 10 times, or 9 to 5, like 10-hour days, and not just 8. So Michael wants to roll. Yeah, you go. No, that's too funny. No more clean vessels. That's the other thing too, man. I've talked about that. There's a limit. Everything has its limits. So if you want to increase your limits, you got to go beyond what you think. That's why everything's about the monks, and they're punching stuff. And then, how did they do that? Well, they went through grueling agony in some cases in order to get there. I hate to break it to you, but how bad do you want it now? Do you really want it? You can be just as strong, but you better start doing them splits. You better start. When's the last time you did a push-up, or 20 or 30 or 100, like among us, you can get that strong too. And that's the whole concept. The world, people just, I don't, people are beaten down, and I get it, we all do, it's, life is constantly, bashing up against whatever you try to do, a lot of times. Like, even, it's like they say, more money, more problems. Or even rich people, they just got more to worry about. They got more to lose, they got more to make sure the meeting goes okay, because they don't have $20 riding on it and could really care less. It's like, so I think it's great to see that everyone in the collective and the whole world is really trying to come together, because it's happening, and as long as we keep going for it, we will do it, and it'll happen. But it's interesting. I feel like getting sidetracked of all the things to talk about constantly. Like, everyone everywhere wants to find out, like, oh, like, where am I from, and when did I do, and how did I, and now these things are important. Yes, it's who you are. It's why you're here. You're going to figure this stuff out as you go, but it's, when I see the spiritual community, and I'm glad for all the energy behind it and excitement behind it, but I just see it, parts of it, like, being built up and just being the same as the old system, based on hype, based on how popular you are, based on how accurate your messages are, which depends on the receiver also knowing their reflections or not, and their triggers. You know what I mean? There's a lot in this spiritual stuff that needs to, like, really kind of, like, instead of a million people out there just talking about the chakras and their own version on what the chakras are, like, we've already, how long chakras have been around? Probably longer than we've been around, like a chakra center. There's probably chakra centers everywhere, but not like we shouldn't be talking about them. And that's why I love this stuff, like, that's why I have to jump on here, and I have to make sure that we're all going in a consistently forward motion, because look at all this stuff. We've had chakras for decades. Right? Imagine the 60s. Remember the hippies? They tried to do all this then. Right, and then it got shut down, and then they tried to bring, and get shut down again. And it, we got to start putting these pieces together and holding them in place. Especially if you've been, like I say, your 20s, 30s. I mean, I don't know when I start seeing it, but you get older, and then you start seeing, like, the same sayings, just repeated over and over. And like, nowadays I look at memes and I go, yeah, all right, cool, good luck with that. It's like, how many people are actually doing it? Like, everybody, Buddha says, this, how many people are actually doing what Buddha's saying? It's like, we're trying to shout out. And I know there's no try, because technically all we are ever doing is doing, but that's where the word comes in, to attempt. Okay. Can I attempt? If try doesn't exist, attempt doesn't exist. So we got to get rid of that one too. We're going to have to rearrange all this whole lingity. Oh man. Trigonometry, my brother. Trigonometry. Because that's the whole point. The reason why we fluctuate, because, the whole point, the reason why we fluctuate between happy, sad, whatever, this way, that way, okay, is because, I need to relax. No, you need to actually keep talking. Okay, we need to hear what you need. The world needs to hear what you need to say, right? And that's like, if you have to relax because it's your own flow in your body, and you take a break, but it's that it's everybody everywhere, spirit themselves. Once we realize that this place is this way because it was taken over by, higher dimensional density beings, whatever, and realize that's how it got like this. It wasn't just because of this place. Then, be careful when you're going up. This is why I said this in a video a while back. What you're learning on Earth now might be important once you have to integrate all of the universe. Right? So it's like, yeah, getting, the concept that it ends, I just want it all to be over and then it's going to end. No, you're going to continue. Your consciousness right now is going to keep going. And unless you've healed your own self, right, you're going to go to the same place. Doesn't matter what you do to your physical body. It matters what we do to our physical body. Okay. Right? But this is what we have to get to. It's a mind, body, soul thing. It has to come together on every single layer and every single aspect so that everybody can stop picking and choosing and limiting themselves. Right? I'm a this kind of healer. I'm a that kind of healer. No, you do that kind of healing. Right? When I'm channeling dragons or I'm channeling Lyrans or Pleiadians or Arcturians, I'm not becoming them. I'm connecting. Like people used to do when we connect to each other, I don't know. Weirdness. All right, hold on. Let me get through this. Hey, Marjorie, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at, right? So I started this channel, right? I don't want to read it wrong and then like miss my nuances. I started this channel as a safe space to express our learnings and our understandings of all things and no things, right? It's important not to forget that we are supposed to be remembering that we are not limited, right? So I was just talking about that. Yeah, you're not this, you're not that. You're only an aspect, you're only a piece of it. So where is it? Yeah. Oh, and I talked about that too. Oh, cool. Hey, I was nailing this stuff before I the concept of those who are more physically oriented versus spiritually. The only difference is the dimension of creation, right? You're the same person. You're the same being. You're not smarter than the other one. No one's not smarter than you. Like, I don't even know, like, where to start sometimes with people. Right? And then this is what I ask spirit. Okay. So how many of us need to know this kind of stuff? How long do we have to talk about it? And if talking about it to people who won't get it is pointless, then who are we talking about it to? Because we all already get it. Right. So what do you want us to do? Go do it. And that's what I keep saying. I know. But it seems like we all just have to keep talking about it for a long time because everyone is stuck in their emotions. Everyone is trapped by what their fear is, their anxiety is, the emotion that overrides them. And so, it's kind of like too, and the society and things like that. It's like, the thing I said where, why don't we all pitch in and buy a castle and we all just live in a castle together, right? Or, the idea of friends getting land and then just building, you're on your lawn or, having your land and building communities like that, right? So we've all been thinking about these things. So how long have we been considering doing these things? So where are they? What happened? So we have some ways to go. People are still just figuring out that like we can love each other again, right? Of all the things, right? What did I see the meme too? Of all the anything, I'm a this, I'm a that. I had this many lifetimes. I have that many lifetimes. All of them are defeated by love. Love is the number one cure, right? I didn't say the meme right. I'm trying to think of it. Good. So it's just really important. Like I feel like what we need to be getting into as a spiritual community, right, is how to do this, right? How do I, you know, do my chi like this, or do my chi and how can I show you guys, right? That's what I'm, with my meditations, and that's what I'm starting to do now, well, behind the scenes, still doing, which is, changing as we go, and as the times are changing, and as I'm having my conversations going, what do we need, right? So we have all these spiritual people out there, but we're all still trying to live in the old system by creating our own businesses and making money ourselves so that we can, whatever. So then essentially, because I've talked about spirit, like I don't like this concept just in general myself, because then I feel like anything that I offer as a service, I'm taking money from the people that I'm here to help, or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Which is like, so I tell spirit, I want something legit to really offer and give, if that's what I'm going to be doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, even the spiritual, like the sooner we all start actually meeting and talking to each other, like the spiritual people, and you can see it, it's popping up slowly but surely, right? And then we band together and we pool our resources, right? But a lot of us are, a lot of the tribe, the collective, still living with, maybe not the best situations, right? Or wanting, or people who might not understand or support, or want to go in the same direction that you want to go in, so we've built all this stuff from the old world that we're all now have to transmute all of it, and that's going to take time. Now it could happen in the blink of an eye, sure. Can it? Yeah, right. But then that takes away from the individual person's journey, right? That's why we don't interfere in a lot of things, because you have to get yourself there yourself, right? If you can't if you can't hold a thought in your mind and decide how you want to feel about that, with all the inputs, all the information, all the details, everything, then you're not going to have the ability to move your consciousness further, and then not be, whirlwind by every other idea that's out there, every other signal, every other conscious, every other chakra, energy system, beings, shit, planet, So being here on Earth, so I say, this is teaching us a lot, and I just think that it's important that we really focus on the oneness, guys, oneness. Everything is still separate. It's still, like, and I'm not saying you're not Pleiadian or dragon, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but cool. But guess what? I don't know. Right. Because you just sat there and said you were dragon. So now what? Like I said, the common sense thing, I think common sense took a hike a long time ago, probably when we were like, maybe 10 years old ish. I don't know. As soon as the adults started coming down too freaking much, like I said about the makeup example, no offense, all you ladies are beautiful, right? As men, we're naturally attracted to, well, unless you're gay, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the makeup, putting all that makeup on for an hour, right? I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just saying, like, but no, I just like to do it. And no, we're all just making excuse, I'm leering because of this and because of that. I'm a dragon because of this, because of that. Have you seen one yet? Like, in your third eye, have you seen the dragon yet? Have you seen your dragon? Right? Like, I got a dragon. I don't know if I don't want to own him, okay, in the first place, but so it's literally living in layers and 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 layers. And we all got to stop making layers. We got to stop making more layers and just go back to what it is. And when you feel like you're intimately tied to what that is, this place is annoying because I can't untie from it, But it's like I have to patronize. Oh yeah, no, it's just a little bit of makeup. I know, it's just, you're not insecure at all. I know, I'm not trying to pick on the fact that you are, but I'm trying to point out that you shouldn't be, and that you have a little something there, and you're beautiful no matter what. And it's okay if you wear it or you don't. I really don't care. But it's like, You know what I mean? It's like looking at a tomato and then they're telling you it's a watermelon. It's like, no, it's like, no, the watermelon, no, that's a watermelon. That's a tomato. Don't tell me what a tomato and watermelon is. Right? That's where I'm at, really, with a lot of the spiritual stuff, which is why I'm taking my time. So, I mean, I miss the heck out of you guys. I miss doing these lives because I am not as much fun internally when I'm not blabbing, I'm not talking to myself, and I just want to crack jokes all the time. Like I can only make so many jokes in my own head. You know what I mean? But yeah. Like I really want to be back out there more. I really do. But I'm getting to the point where I don't know how I want to come across, and I really don't care at this point. It's just going to be what it is. And, one of the many ways that we're going to find our way back home, right? Come on, hang out, and let's shoot the shit, But again, it's not getting upset every little thing that's said. So I started this channel again back in the 3-4 years ago. So people can stop crying, but if you need to come and cry, feel free. You know what I mean? And the second anybody makes fun of you, they're gone. Don't worry. I'm going to kick them out. It's like, so it's, you know what I mean? But like, if the goal is for you, spirit, like we have to go through it. But if the goal is for you to just find what makes you sad and then stay there, no, that's not the goal. That's why I'm always going to be cracking jokes for you guys. I'm always going to be trying to, I'm going to talk about you and your sadness. I'm going to talk about me and my sadness. And then I'm going to crack jokes about it. Because it's like, we're still living in this world. Oh, don't say this, don't say that. But then there's tough love. But then it's like, oh, that's their reflection. They have to deal with it. Well, then it's like, you need to think about more of what you're saying. But then it's like, it's their half. How are you supposed to, what I'm saying? Like, I'm done. I'm done with all the spiritual. You guys got to, I hope you guys can understand. You don't need to come with. I'm just letting you guys know where I'm at for whatever reason, because I think there's something significant. I know. Thanks, guys. They're so nice. I love you guys too. So now what? Oh, I love it here. Sometimes, and sometimes I don't, but that's what we do, right? So like this concept that you have to be like, okay, if we're all fractals of a creator of oneness, and we have everything down here from love to hate, what do you think he is, or she, or it is? Do you think they're just walking around? I just love everybody. No, I just love my religion is the only religion. Okay. Like what do you think the original creators is like? Like, really, you don't think he gets sarcastic? Especially, he's got to be the most sarcastic because he knows I'm a guy. I use the he pronoun. He's gonna everything. Everything's got to be hilarious to him. Hilarious. You think it's hard for us looking at how weird this place is? Imagine. I can't even imagine. Okay. And that's what part of my that's what I'm here for, fractal part. It's like, why, since I'm 3, I've been annoyed with this place? Like, I don't want to feel this way. And not like annoyed, as a kid, you let it go. Kids, not 3, but you know what I mean? It's like I don't want to see all this stuff, right? I wish I could just be and not know stuff and just, and be happy just living my life. Okay, this is right. Again, see, and this is what I'm saying. Everybody's getting picked on. The only time somebody's getting picked on is when you got offended. Otherwise, nobody's ever getting picked on. You know what I mean? You could call me a white boy all day, and I'm going to crack up with you, right? And like, I don't. That's great. That's still your interpretation of my reflection for you. It's like, what did Angel? Where's Angel? You're here. Angelfish, what did you text me? She texted me some white boy rapper stuff. She's like, that's you. And I started busting up, and I just, and it just triggered me right back to everyone telling me my whole life who I am. So I was like, Angel, you're so funny. Like, I love the crap out of you for that one. It's so funny because you just make me think of what was that came out? Wiggers, white boy. Remember? We had the rise of the Wiggers. Right. And then Eminem capped it all off. So, but it's funny to me. Like, I love that where she's going with this. So I said, I don't really resonate with that, but I know what you're saying. And that shit's hilarious, So, but It's what people are seeing constantly as a reflection of their position and their reality and their fractalization. So when you go, like me, when I go into like spiritual, or I'm talking to higher selves, or I'm talking to beings, I still don't assume that I know everything. That's just me though, right? Because I know that I know what I heard right then and there. And I saw Angelfish and she was riding a fire breathing dragon across the sky. Okay. I don't know, like I saw that. Okay, cool. But now am I going to make assumptions about, oh, she's must be the dragon tamer lady extraordinaire? No, I mean, yeah, that's part of what she does. And there's a lot of people that do that, and then, we got to stop. We're constantly trying to compartmentalize things because we're constantly trying to put it into a box it doesn't fit in. And like, this is the difference between living inside the box or outside the box. So changing into the new, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, right? The shift that's happening now, the heart-centered intuition that's outside the box. It doesn't take into consideration most of the past creations except for reference. But that's why I try to say with the Tao, Tai Chi, the patterns I'm seeing. All I'm seeing is references in life. It's just reference to some point that somebody wanted to make, and it's just reference. It's just, what's a dragon? It's this. Why? Well, that's what we call the dragon. Change the letters around so it says bison, and then now it's that over there. People, we're all, that is a bison. No, that's a being of universal energies. Like, yes, we know, Mr. Practical, you just kill it and eat it or something. I don't know, and tan it or whatever. But, it's like, I don't even know where to start with this shit. You know me, if you've been here for a while, you have to know, the saying that like the people who get the job are the ones who don't want them at all. That's me. Like, I don't like the feeling of lack of consistent communication. Like, if you're talking with somebody, it's what, like, how there's people who are like, oh yeah, oh yeah, no, I feel it, yeah, and a lot of times we don't really know exactly what you're talking about, but we feel you, right? That's because I would rather go in that direction, have that kind of conversation, right? Where I'm going, yeah. And then if I say, oh, well, okay, so then what do you know about this? And then if they say, oh, no, I don't know. And then we'll, like, but we live in a world where people got to fight. They got to challenge you. There's always got to be that guy who's like, oh, you do you? Like, he's got something to prove. Like, I'm sorry. Calm down there, little guy. It's hilarious. Like, I was saying that I'm feeling you up until this point the way that I'm feeling you, because if we all understood that we're only reflections of what then you'd let me have mine and you can have yours, and we can just have a nice conversation. I don't know, call me crazy, right? Like, I see this masculine shit all the time. Masculine, this doesn't mean that they're just nice and sensitive. And I'm just, oh, here we go again. It's just like, why don't we get masculine out of here and we throw feminine out of there? And then we just say, are you sensitive? And you say, yes. Okay, cool. Are you mad? Yes, sometimes, or something, right? Okay, cool. It doesn't have to be male. Doesn't have to be female. So I talk about yin and yang. Yin and yang doesn't mean just man and woman. It's talking about the energy. It's talking about a frequency. It's talking about a signature. Oh, we're so far with our signatures because we have everything now. All the signals are getting crossed. Men are women and women are men, and men can have babies and all this kind of stuff, right? Shout out. I don't want to make it political. I never do. But the focus, I think, of this one is kind of in common sense land, where it's like you're watching a tomato and they're telling you it's a watermelon. Either way, I'm going to eat all that shit. I don't know. I want tomatoes and watermelons right now. I'll take them both. Angelfish, love your face. Trigonometry. Yep, nothing else more than present moment. There you go, Marjorie. Yeah. Yeah, even if you're angry. Exactly. Right. That's character building or whatever. That's seriously, that's like knowing in every moment that you're good. That's a skill. That's what I'm going to create a program on know how to know you're good in every situation. That's literally what, like, I think that would fix everything for everybody. But uh, angry is just a waste of time. Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. I completely agree. But there's no way that like, you know, like I'm not gonna feel that. See, and that, you know what I'm saying? Um, like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I agree. Anger, hatred, frustration, depression, worrying. Right. We don't want to live there. Like I said, with the emotions, I want to take you out of them. We can talk about if you're sad, you can be sad. It's totally okay. It's normal to be that way, but it's not normal when it's all the time and everything you look at, and you forget that you can also be happy. You know what I mean? Like that's when it becomes an issue. But then when people get sad and they make more of an issue out of it than it even is, like a lot of things going on in the media. I was going to have some specific examples, but I'll just stop there. Yeah, no, totally. Angry is just a waste of time. Right. But it is a mover of your chi, because I'll tell you right now, if I didn't get a little testosterone going, I wouldn't even care about this stuff. Like I wouldn't want to help. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody about this. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? It's like beings, right? Looking at a planet, be like, oh my God, what's going on there? It's not looking too hot. Well, what do you mean? What are you judging? What do you mean? Are you frustrated? Why are you even showing up? If everything's fine, why would you even show up? I mean, if it's all going to be good, it's all going to work out. Why are you even trying to show up? Why are you trying to make it happen faster? Why are you even needed? Oh, hit my thing. Hold on. Put it back. Why are you even needed? I don't know what's going on. Right? So we came here because we wanted to help, or we felt maybe not angry, or we felt compassion and empathy and sympathy. And we felt, that's just the feminine version of it. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Because any warrior is going to be like, oh, hell no. And then I was on the first flight here. Like, I'm pretty sure, I've said it in the past lives. I'm the one I'm going to jump into the deep end kind of. I got one bar. I'm like about to drop. What's going on? Hold on. Bottled at the spring near Mount Shasta in Weed, California. For those of you who know Shasta, that's some good ass water. That's for sure. Get your crystal geysers. I can't stand Arrowhead. Sorry, Arrowhead. Don't really care. That shit is nasty. All right. But it's taste buds. That's all it is. I don't know if it's because they put different stuff in their water or what. Come on and get happy. Come on, get happy. See, that's saying the wrong part of it. Partridge Family, that's it. Dude, we totally need a bus, like so badly. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, Spirit wants us all to, do this. Well, then, all right, cool. I'm going to wait for the signal. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I try to say, like, I laugh, like, I joke, like, because I want to talk about the real shit. I don't want to talk about not real shit. And so I'm very passionate and serious about this, but I'm literally the first one I just want to joke about it. Like, that's all I want to do, because I'm here for awareness. If we're all not here for awareness, every single human on the earth, on the planet, whatever you're studying, whatever you're teaching, whatever you're learning, we're all here for awareness of each other, for us all to come into higher levels of awareness, right? When you're a kiddo and then you say something to somebody and then it hurt them and you never knew that you could hurt somebody's feeling, right? It's just awareness. It's becoming aware. That's all we're here to do. So literally everything is not supposed to be the one rule to rule them all. It's like, it's just reference points. It's learning how to live better life, or, I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. I want to get to your comments here. But if you guys start talking back to me, this show will never end. Excuse me. Because I'll keep blabbing forever. It's all connected. Hungry for love, that's right. I'm always hungry. We always good on love, man. Makes them feel better about themselves. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, better about your own actions, not TikTok videos. Exactly. Yeah, good call, man. 0 point is the target. Waiting is the hardest part, right? Right. Because as soon as somebody else shows up to bumps into me, right, and you're like, hey, dude, everything's crazy out here. What are that? I'm gonna be like, what's up, man? Like, where you been? I know it is, man. Come on, let's go talk. Let's go talk about your crazy. We'll talk about my crazy. We'll compare crazies, and then we'll figure it out for ourselves, and we'll go home, and then we'll hang out again. Like it's all just reference point. Everybody's trying to figure out too hard. Don't wait. We participate. No, that's true. It really isn't waiting, right? Like again, try and doing. We can't try or attempt because really we're just doing. So we got to get rid of both try and attempt. Got to add attempt once more. We need more synonyms. Come on, get happy. When all things are equal, opposite, positive, negative. Just go to the mirror and have a look. That's it. That's it. Everybody's trying to figure it out there. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you look out there, we ain't got it figured out. It's so obvious. It's just like, just take words and just put them in a line and then switch them around and it all makes sense. But that's too complicated. I don't know. It's just, like, but that's what it is. We're looking for, so I want to be rich. So I'm going to look up every person out there who's rich. And then I'm going to do exactly what they did, and you're not the same person, and it doesn't mean there aren't patterns to, like if you're in real estate and obviously what's the natural pattern? Buy cheap, sell for more or something, or, just keep a cheap rent, because you bought it cheap. Everybody can live there for good, decent rent. But it's all constantly. It's like Tai Chi. Me checking out Tai Chi guys. But if you want to learn how to do Tai Chi, you don't go to the boat builder. You go to the Tai Chi guy, right? So you have to learn these things, the finance, this and this. So what happens? We're all going off and we're learning all of this. So now we got finance guy spent his whole life in finance, looks at politics and goes, "Oh my God, what's happening?" Hasn't spent any time in politics, but now knows how to fix it from a limited perspective, and that's mostly all of us because we're only learning what we're learning, right? And so that's why I'm here to put it together, guys. I don't know. And that's a lot of freaking work. It's a lot of freaking work when you have to put it together for every single branch of the tree. And the whole thing that you're having to put together is reverse engineering how they got so far out there, because there's nothing that needs to be put together because it's already here and it's always been here. They just went way out into the lake without a paddle, and then it got dark and then they're lost, and then we got to reverse engineer it, right? So we got to figure out, how did they get out there? Well, they had a boat and they didn't bring a paddle. Okay, we got it because we got 2 paddles and we got 1 boat, so they forgot their oar, so we reverse engineer it. Now we got to go get them back on the shore. That was my example. So all right, cool. That was kind of fun. Yeah, how's the pool? Oh my God, did you fix that thing already? Jeez Louise. Super clear pool ready. Yay. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna put angels in the boxes. See? Yeah, Marjorie knows, put her in the boxes. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I got you. Yeah, we put ourselves, angels in the boxes. See, you already knew where this conversation was going. The honest box. Yes. That is so cool. Right? Because then we could just talk about how it's not a box the whole time, and then everybody would be like, "Why do you call it a box?" And just mess with people even more. I love it. The more I can. That's the thing. This I love to mess with people. Like, this is where I exist. That's why I have to talk about this stuff. That's why I challenge people. That's why people don't like hearing what I say sometimes. It's like I have to mess with people because everybody's so serial. They're so serial. there's everything is so traumatic and so, and I'm not trying to discredit anything that is. I've had mine. I think we've all had ours, right? But it's that attachment to it. It's the not being able to go to your friend's house afterwards and hang out and talk about it and then feel good about it again, right? It's getting back to the center. We have to stay in the center. The more you build towards the center, the more those things will happen for you, just like it's happening now. People are coming back into the love frequency and light, and not this lack of information and people lying and people stealing and people doing all this stuff, right? They're coming back into who can I trust? I can trust myself for sure. So that's what people are learning to do again. They're going to have to learn to trust themselves. And so what's going to happen is everything that we've always already been doing is calling everybody out on how they're full of it or whatever, that's what they're going to have to go through. So it's going to have to be everyone finding themselves again. Yeah. Okay. I'm just leave it like that. This thing, I keep getting sidetracked. My bars is cutting out during half of that. I don't even know if I didn't want to talk half the time. The whole garage full of crushed boxes. Yeah. Yeah. I know you got. Yeah. She definitely got it. Burnt. Oh, good. Good. Yeah. Well, the kiddos, you got to save some for the kiddos so they can box around. They got Robloxes. How are they going to be a Roblox? You got no blocks. Roblox. Never mind. Our past, not just points of reference or points of creation. What has passed doesn't drive who we are. It's just a point of connection to our soul's development. Yeah, exactly. Because it keeps going. The concept of death. It's an illusion. We keep going. Totally. I love that. Let's just be us. Exactly. That's what I keep saying. Right. I think I like to have fun, crack jokes. Like to, even if I'm moody, even if I'm purging, even if I'm going through stuff, try to be not offensive. Okay. But that's not exciting. There was a time I was exciting. And that wasn't fun for me. So it's only fun for everybody else who feels like their life is lacking. For you, when you got all the energies and all the focus and attention, and all I'm sitting there thinking is like, just go away. There's maybe one of you that I'd actually like to talk to right now. Like out of all these people. But that's when I was a kid, growing up, teenagers, stuff like that, right? Figuring social life. Right. And then what happens? You get older, right? You get older and you start realizing this and realizing that and how it was. And I feel like I got older and it really hasn't changed much. Like I feel like I still kind of feel the same way. I still think the same way. I still passionate about the same things. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be good. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I didn't think there was a test that I had to take somewhere and get it scored on by my answer. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Now that I'm 5, 6, 7, I realize they're everywhere. I'm in school. I'm getting tested all the time. Oh, okay. Now I know why you asked me that. Trying to mess up my head as a kid. Get out of here. Like these weirdos. Just roll. Be the rock that rolls. Exactly right. I love it. Right. Downhill. Doesn't care what's in the way. Just keeps going. Doesn't care. Right. Unless it runs into a tree trunk. It might stop you in your tracks. So then that's why we evolve and then we grow wings. And we ask the fairies, hey, I was on a roll and I ran into this stump. I was rocking and rolling and then I had to stop it because of the devil. I don't know. Yeah, good call. Marjorie's spirit doesn't want what we want. They're just supporting us. Spirit is everything in magic. That's a good, no, and that's true on the spirit level. Like, it's like when I was, learning Tai Chi, years ago, they say, like, the energy, your chi, it will do whatever you want it to do. The chi doesn't judge, if you want to, good or bad, it's going to do it. The chi just wants to play with you. Creation, life, spirit, it just wants to exist. That's why they say about the negative thought program, all that they want to exist too, right? They want to have the ability, the miracle of life. They want that experience, right? But there are beings, let's say, that definitely want things. But I would agree also, and then say, that any loving, truly loving being, like they're not gonna, the only thing we want is hang out and have fun and everybody's happy, and smiles and jokes. Me, I want to laugh, I want to tease people and I want to see them laugh and I want them to tease me back, because we're living life and we know it's just creation. It's just temporary. It's not, it doesn't have to be so serious, but no. So yeah, that's a good point. But that's why we're here, is because there's beings who use that chi for not so good at things, and they definitely are not supporting us. They're supporting life, but it's what they want to support. Right? That's why we just have to support what we want to support. Okay? Simple. We won't silence. You're gonna have to get through. Oh yeah. No, I can't silence myself even if I wanted to. They won't let me. Right? I will frustrate my own brain to the point where I have to do something. like if I got a concept and I'm thinking, I'm meditating, and I don't like it, I'll just stop and meditate. I'll just get up and go. I mean, not like I just run away, but you know what I mean? Like I definitely, we are all who we are. Asking for teamwork. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. We are ready. We've been resi. Ready for the longest. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for the new generation. 3-3, just three of us. Hey, this is together. On a roll. Danish. Oh no! Did you see the cat meme? Where he's on a roll. He's actually on a roll. Well, and bend, reflect your imagination. Put the gazebo up. Yeah, dude. We built that gazebo you got there. But you guys, I didn't even get to hang out. We got to sit under it for like 2 days. And you didn't even have a table yet for it. Right? Means I got to come back. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, man, when we got together, that was like not scary, you know what I mean, but like that word, whatever, that was a lot. Monster gazebo. That's what I kept reading. Gazebo monster. Oh. Yeah, I love your tent that you got. You sent me a picture. That's so cool. It looks like a circus tent. It's not the colors, but it's the bottom, and then it's got the top going off and it hangs over the side. Oh my gosh, so cool. Yeah. We got plans. We're going to the coast the end of August, so we'll have to figure something out. But you let me know, because y'all either coming down here to Mount Shasta's, or what the hell is this? Or we got to do another retreat again. I loved doing the retreat. It was fun. It was so amazing seeing so many tribe members, soul fam. I want to do that again. I want to rent out a super sick. Sorry, see our words? See what I mean? This is why I don't have time for spirit and all this, change your words. No, you need to start. It's like I say, you listening to what I'm saying, or are you telling me what I'm saying? It's has a vibration. Yeah, I know. So do I. You want to see it? This is where the trap is. This is the spiritual trap. It's just Christianity. Don't do it. Do this, or you're going to hell. That's all it is. It's all spiritual trend. Like I'm so much at a point. I joke with spirit, like they say, oh well, once you return and afterlife's over, and then you're all back, and then like the second I, let's say, go, and then there's a whole bunch of beings there, and they're going like, oh my God, Michael, we missed you, blah blah blah. I'm literally gonna look at them and go like, okay, and I'm gonna walk this way. So I don't know what I'm supposed to be learning down here, but it's like I'm at a point where it's like, and I mean I've been here for a long time, but it's nice because I think it's important that it's just another layer, that's like solidifying of like I'm not listening to nobody. I'm sorry, like the original creator of yourself, right? We like that one. That's the only being you're supposed to be listening to, and because you know who that is, it's you. Right. So it's like your frustrations or you're like, oh, I don't have time or I don't have this, I'm not working out or something, people, I work all the time. That's all of that is you. Like you're only frustrated with yourself. You're only mad at yourself. It's not the whole world. You know what I mean? Like, you got a dirty room, right? And I come over. I don't care about your dirty room. You know what I mean? Like, would it be nicer or something if it was clean? Yeah, by definition it'd be nicer, but I really don't care. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna get asbestos or something. Like it's a big thing, cleaning your room. I mean, it's a good thing to learn, but we're it's the outside reflection. It's you know what I mean. It's I'm not most times people but then you get sensitive and intuitive, and then you can start feeling. I feel. I know I point to my head. It's knowing. I'm pointing to my third eye. It's my gnosis. It's like a feedback loop. Like it goes from here, and then it goes in the heart, and it goes, and then it goes down to my gut, and I go, and then it goes back up to my head. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over this way. Instead, I don't know, I'm blabbing now. What am I blabbing about? I didn't even pull cards, you guys. I've been missing you. I've been wanting to blab. Excuse me. Building the stage. I hope so. I'm ready. I'm ready for the stage. I was born for the stage. Right? Because that's what I realized. Like everything I've been talking, like the only thing my story has ever equaled to me when I look at it and I think about myself and I think about what I've thought, what I've gone through, what I've experienced, everybody else just opinionated about what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like it's everybody just forgetting how to learn to listen because they're addicted to telling you what the truth is or something, or addicted to some concept of what the truth. Learning does. What does another mean? Education does not end, right? Learning, right, does not end. You're not done. You know what I mean? You don't just figure it all out and then you figured it all out. No, there's going to be more. So oh my gosh, I'm just blabby now. I'm so ready for this day. But that's the reason I want to say that is like when you look back, you realize, like, I mean, unless you were like internally knowing that you're mean and you would do things like that, like that's the difference. But if you're doing stuff as a kid, you don't know any better. I mean, it's like everything was everyone else and is for the most part, right? In this, density of reality is people just always trying to tell you what it is, and nobody's listening. Nobody's listening really to like what I feel like it really is, or because no matter how in depth I try to get with people, right, or no matter how in depth people try to get with me, we're only seeing certain aspects within each other, because I have a lot of aspects that I know within myself that some of you guys, I mean, don't even fully know yet, right? And that's just because we haven't met, haven't talked about it, right? Whatever, but these are just aspects, right? So who are we really? It's like, well, like this whole thing, once we realize we're so much bigger than anything that we could possibly think that we are down here, it's just, yeah, we're getting there, guys. All right, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I feel like I'm just blabbing at it now. Retreat, dude. Like, get a big ass retreat, and then we can all show up there was like 11 of us, 12, 13, and then two more showed up, and then there was two more. It was like just freaking like 15 different people, and we all just hung out. It's cool, man. Worked 9 days since that. Oh, good, bro. I was wondering that way you get over there. Yeah, yeah, just yeah, get your work done, and then we'll let you know in advance. Retreat your house next. We just had one at your house. We can't do that again. Come to Angels. I know. I would live over there with you and those babies in Merlin's. Like, you guys are awesome. Like, I have no qualms. I feel totally comfortable being there, except Angelfish talks more than I talk, so it's nice. I miss you guys, man. We got so much to do. Nice. Yeah, we need B-Rave. By 4 hours by bike. Nice. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, so I'll hit you up when I hit, halfway, right? And then boom, we're good. Yeah, let's live the love, Huggins. Like, I'm over everything else. Everything else. What are we doing? Everything else that's out there, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it's great. Become the greatest, whatever you want to become, right? That's great. That's what I want for people. We should be having fun doing it. We should be encouraging each other doing it. It shouldn't be, you know what I mean? Like the second I saw a politics, I was like, all right, fail. Second I saw religion, I was like, all right, fail. Like, you know what I mean? It had the concept. Like I said, I was 3 years old, church choir, but I figured it out then. I had that moment of conscious awareness with what I was just told, that people are making up their own minds. And I was like, okay, now I get this place. And so I don't know. You can look all over the world, and it's like, and there are, and I don't want to make this a negative place, or negative videos, right? But honestly, that's up to you guys. Like, I feel like I'm having fun. I feel like joking. I always love talking about this stuff. I don't feel negative. I think this is like the most important conversations we could be having as beings on Earth. But yeah, it should be a no brainer. And especially it takes this long to figure out how to, like what I say about Rome and capitalism, weren't they, or democracy or whatever, right? Rome tried it first. What happened to them? Okay, so somebody came to America and was like, hey, I know what we should do. Let's do what those guys did, and it totally didn't work for them. Yeah, let's do that because it's gonna work for us. Okay, cool. Like, nobody here, like, was there just one spiritual guy, like, not religious, not like one spiritual guy who's just like, we need a lot more of us. So it's this whole, like, I don't know how much of this lesson is for me and how much of this lesson is for all of us, and how connected to all of it do I have to be in order to help myself. What did I say? Shout out Soul Fam. What did I texted one of you guys earlier? It's kind of funny. Like, this is what I do with spirit, and I think this is important. So I say, so we came here to be of service so that others can find their light, but then nobody else can help you but you. So I started being of service to my own light, and then Spirit told me to stop. I'm supposed to be helping others because it's not about you, right? And so these are the concepts that people got to get past in the spiritual realm. You got to feel good about them. You got to know where to stand, right? Because what would I say to that? Listen, everybody needs to be taken care of. All right, quit it. All right, and that's what we're gonna do. We're doing our best at it. Right, learn not to take care of ourselves better and better every day. Learn not to take care of others better and better every day. You're doing the right thing. That's it. Go sit down, relax, enjoy your day. But it's this is what's happening. I see in the spiritual realm. A lot of times in the arguments. But anyways, I want to read the last of whatever I put here. Yeah, and again, it's a separation. The idea of the rational, physical, material person. I don't believe in ghosts, whatever. And then the spiritual type, who does, you know, that's just limitation again. I mean, typically the spiritual is a little more open, I guess, just in general. But if you consider yourself rational, but you don't believe in ghosts, then you're not rational. Like, sorry. That's my frog face. Gotta stick the tongue out. Like a lot of this stuff. There's so many like creations and fancy, smart sounding people who really aren't. Like and there's a lot. Um, because if you don't know that you have a soul, then you're not being rational about anything. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, nothing new there. Pretty much the same. You know, like how do you from 3 years old be like, hey, you're full of it, right? You don't know nothing. You're 3. I know, but I know you're full of it. You're right, and then you're wrong. Right? Don't be smart with me. No, it's not smart. It's just like normal, But I don't want to offend anybody. You know what I mean? Like it's all the other. It's weird out here. Huggins, call me Bilbo Huggins. Yes, thank you, me. I like that. Thank you, me. Did you guys see the picture of? Is it Isis now, or is it Horus? Who is it? Anu. Anubis? Not Anubis. It's the first one. Um, Amon. Whatever. I don't know. They're probably putting them on all of them. Yeah, who knows? They have. You know how they used to have the snake up here that have a coming off? It used to represent the snake that Amun Ra, right? This that he created the snake to watch over. So, and if you look now, like try to Google it, and you look at actual like tomb pictures, there's a snake and an owl. So, literally every single snake on the tomb of the person that I've seen, like my whole life, it's been one snake, but I can't find a picture of one snake anywhere. Go ahead and Google it. We got another. It's happening again. It already happened. This happened a couple weeks back. I don't remember. Yeah, ISIS. See, talking about ISIS. There it is. Wait, I'm gonna pull it right here. I don't know how to spell sarcophagus offhand. I have to sound it out. Where is it? And I mean, I would hope that they have old ones with those representations. Like, it's got to be somewhere. But if you look at, okay, I shouldn't have typed in sarcophagus. Yeah, it might be ISIS. Images. I wanted to find an image. It was funny because as soon as I was hearing about this, I was listening to it, and then looked it up, and then I hit images, and I couldn't find a single one. Every single one was off, and it was the biggest trip. I know you guys can't see this right now, but not pictures of drawings. I mean, like the actual sarcophagus. See, and I sarcophagus, and it wins. Hold on, coming back. Just look it up. I'll have to find it. I wish I had YouTube community, like just so I could post stuff on here because I know it's for like you guys specifically. No, it's a snake and an owl. And it's only one snake. Like, and what's funny about this is I literally, about 2 weeks before I heard this, I was watching the whole story of how the ancient Egyptian and Ra and all of it was created. And he created it because he sent his eye out to do his bidding, right? Which was, the other lesser gods that are Bast, all of that stuff, right? And then even the alligator, what's his name, Kobek or Sobek, right? Out of his eye, but they were so wrathful, right, that he had to like take them back in his eye. But then when he sent his eye out, he a new eye was created. And so when the one that he sent out came back, they were jealous of the new eye. So they became upset. So he absorbed them into like, what is the snake? So the snake watches, like, I was literally watching this whole thing, and then 2 weeks later, I look at them all and they have both like this. Yeah. I don't care if it's like true or not, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's cool either way. You can put a turtle up there for all I care. But yeah, I think it's like, I love seeing stuff like that because that's how we're shifting. That shit's crazy. Yeah, like I can't think of all of them, but it wasn't a Mandela video, but it was like, see, I type in ISIS. All right, sarcophagus. You're not even gonna ask me if spell check that, are you? Okay. Oh no, you know what? And it's not on the ISIS ones. Okay, so it's someone else. Dang. I wonder if it was Horrid. She doesn't have any in any of his pictures. So, hold on. Share pump. Right here, she don't got nothing. But they had these, like they had this, and then it has the owl and the snake. But it was only the snake because it was supposed to represent the Kundalini rising. And when the Kundalini hits the top, that's when you have your enlightenment. So the snake was protecting, right? We think the snake is down low. No, that's just talking about Kundalini processes and stuff. And yeah, sure. Here we go. There it is. Tut, King Tut. That's who it is. Look, he's got two. It's not even an eagle. It looks more like a vulture. That's who it was. It was King Tut. So we got to check out. Let's pull up King Tut. Right. So he's always had, look. So now we got this one. What's that from? King Tut. Oh, where's that? So one snuck through. But if you look at every single like other one of these, they got both of them now. It doesn't even look like they were put on right. Like it literally looks like off on some of these. So they have the snake and the bird basically, right? And I don't ever remember seeing this ever. Like it was the snake. That was it. Like, I don't know. And I wish, I hope you guys can. Like, I just find this is fascinating. See, there's another one. King Tut, Seattle, 7/2/2012. Okay. If we're to believe that was Seattle. And we got this guy he's got both. Right? Like we'd have to look up the dates on all this stuff. See, here's another one. Just the snake. Right? Oh, that's Seattle again too. What is it with Seattle? See, you guys are holding down the timeline. Hello. Is that Seattle again? I swear. It was Seattle. So now I feel like I'm just a bad history buff because I've never seen both. None of them ever had both. Like it was always one. That was a trip to me. Unless I'm wrong. But yeah. So we'll stop it there. I got to look it up now too because that's kind of funny. But there was like 3-4 different things in that video. I wish I could remember the rest. But yeah, no, I was like literally, I just watched this video and you told me how it all happened and he's got two on his head. But that's King Tut. So yeah, that's a good point that you say. Because the owl's spiritual snake ground crew. Yeah. Third eye blind. Third eye blind. Yeah, there you go. Hello. They were trying to tell something. All right, let's pull cards. Let me get off for today. Let's Sacred Traveler. Crow. See, and that's what I mean. I think of cards to pull, and now I'm just like limiting. Don't limit us. but everything is, because it's all written down already. The limitation is in all the material stuff, right? Doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying. Your soul, not limited, right? But us connecting to that again, right? Like, what if you wanted to create something that was a unique experience, boom, 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 and then what if it got a little out of hand? Well, that's what we're here to help do again. It's like they say, whatever you're doing, you're on the right path. Or what was it? Oftentimes, the path I tried to avoid was what set me on my right path, right? Because it's going to happen no matter what. That's why then they come in and say, right, we just observe, we just go with the flow. We're here to experience and to, and not take it so seriously, right? So, but hindsight's 2020. We won't see all of that until we see the changes in the world, changes in ourselves. Recognize those things, how you've changed, how the people around you have changed, so that's what it's all about. It's all about us just growing, learning, living, having fun. Easy peasy, keep it simple. I know. But everybody's got to dominate the universe and stuff, What do we can you get rid of those guys for us, right? At least the one on Earth. Then we can, Well, they are, okay. Like when? Always messing with the spirit. Because spirit is they got it all figured out. They know it all there, right? And they tell us, don't worry. You guys are funny. I don't know. That's why he sent me here, so he could be funny. I know we love being funny. Sharona. My Sharona. That's too funny. I wish, that's why I say, like, I gotta hit a record button. I need like something that can hear my mind, and then I can just hit record and then just record the conversations I have with them. Like, right? And that's not right. That's a thing, but there's so much truth that's got to come out of everybody's mouths. Always being told, can't do it, can't say it. Don't be like this, don't be like that. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't want to tell you I don't want that. And that's because that's how people don't have that level of consciousness, like that haven't had that experience yet. Like a master does not want to control anyone but himself, you know what I mean? And have knowing of himself and who he is, and be the best that he can be for, his loved ones, like, or whoever loves him. That's any of us. It's any master. Like, not a single king or queen in my eyes was ever a master. They all got it because of wars and fighting and whoever, the political people were at that time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Just thinking out loud here. But, it's like this queen stuff, this whole queen, rise of the queen. Listen, the divine feminine needs to rise back into balance. Yes. But if patriarchy's been out of balance and it's all been kings, and what we say rules and this, and that made it out of balance, why would you think that putting you there in place and then putting the other one down is going to bring balance? It's just going to cause the opposite imbalance. Thank you. And all this queen shit is, all it's doing is creating narcissistic people out there. I'm sorry. Like, not all it's doing. I mean, like, we got to get our power back somehow. But do I want to be a king? No, not at all. Thank you. You guys can take all of that and have fun. I don't want nothing to do with that level of, and the audacity of a king that only he knows what's best for his people and for his whole, that's why King Arthur's the only king, man. It's the only one there needs to be. Jeez. And he wasn't a king, not like that, right? So why do you want to be a king? Why do you want to be a queen? Why? Because you want to dominate the world. That's it. It's back to square one. You need to be on it. Quit lying to yourself. Common sense. Let's keep the trail moving. Consistency forward. There's nothing to do with You know, like if you want to be a queen, that just implies that you don't feel like you are. If you want to be a king, implying that you don't feel, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many layers that people got to check within themselves. You know, why would you want to be a queen? Why don't you just want to have like a happy, thriving, product, or, what is it? Whatever, lifestyle. Like it's weird to me. And then that's how I know. Like that's how I know people haven't been kings and people haven't been queens. And I'm not saying I have, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to be one. And that's kind of how I know. But anyways, and not like a real one, like you know what I mean? Games, just layers just blows up. Everything blows. There's too much to talk about. So I'm saying, like, I need my own television show. Like, I will talk forever. I just need some dude who can be like, no, you're going to confuse too many people. Write it out. Keep this segment to this episode's this one, and then because I have to talk so that they all link together. If you guys like, all my episodes will link together. All my videos link together, right? That's why I say I feel like I'm talking about the same stuff over and over again. But how many times we got to reinvent the wheel? Snake ground crew, yeah. Reverse speech. Oh, cool. All right, let's see. Sacred Traveler. Where are we going, guys? Where are we going? Humanity for this week. What was the guidance from the wanderers? That's not really going to help us. It's like we got a different way of belief structures. Cracking me up. Don't tell other people to wander because they ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. It's like the concept, like you already are who you are, and it's who you've always been. Like this crackpot of a system, right? Because it's not the Earth that's anything's wrong with. It's just this system, like and I think that's what gets me the most is, when I'm a kid, I'm 3 years old, I'm looking, I'm going, what the hell's going on? Why isn't nobody else seeing any of this? And then the ones that would see it, they don't care, right? Oh, there's nothing we can do. Like, no, man. It's like I literally watched a whole system of how it all dies. You know what I mean? Like, and not to be negative, but you know what I mean? Like, people not believing in themselves, people judging other people trying to be cool for some hot chick or whatever, people trying to, impress people trying, like, it's that that's, because they want to try to do, they're like, oh, I'm going to, maybe not try because they're just doing, but anyways, I don't care. See what I mean? You see what I mean? I think we need to figure it out more. No, we need to stop and relax and let go. Nothing's coming out. Nothing's coming out of the card deck. Okay, well, that was the last card, and I just put it on top of it. Nope, you fit. All right. Yes. 100%. Hear me? It's like, do I need to pull cards? I mean, I guess for some of you guys like cards. It makes more sense when you read it off a card, because you can, you're reading it for yourself and you can put it there, otherwise just trying to understand my tones and understand, right? Too much. Sometimes people, right? It's easier to read off a book, or at least what doesn't support you. Oh, we know what this means. I'm not even reading this one. Simplify your life. Create time to rest and rejuvenate. Yeah. Simplify your life, otherwise it's difficult to hear the voice. We often gather things that don't support us. It's time to say goodbye. That don't bring out the best in you. Keep what works, let go with the rest. Do what's essential and release everything else. This is one of the fastest ways to align with the tranquil vibration in the spiritual realm. Clear things from your schedule that do not advance your life forward. Even a small amount can make a huge difference. I like that. That's good. I like those talking points. Nailed it. Right. Nothing, if it doesn't serve you, why are you still holding on to it? And that's that guilt, right? That's like, oh, because it was important. And then if, somebody knew I wasn't, then I would be, it's like watching the news, right? Like I hear that all the time. From people who don't really care and kind of get how the news is, media is, they'll say a lot of times, because their heart's in the right place, but they'll say, like, oh, well, you got to watch it because you got to know what's going on. Why? Because if I don't, that means I don't care about the world, so it creates an illusionary like fact or belief system structure. Anyways, what was I saying? I hope y'all can connect that because that's all that they wanted me to say right there. So we're going to go to my crows. How to do the crows. Crows always knows. And we're doing 3 crows. Crows always knows because the crow sees the whole story. You're telling me this is the first one? Okay. That was the second one. Okay. Uno mas. Yeah, you my ninjas. You my winjas. You my winjas. Oh, ho, ho. What? I don't know. I just made that up right now by myself. All right. Crow. Number 4 again. Look at, we keep getting that 4 on the pentacles. We've seen him like a bunch of times where he's hoarding. Oh, and then this book goes backwards. I forget that too. Weird book. 4 of Pentacles. He's hoarding it. He's accumulated wealth and is financially secure. He's created a comfortable life. However, the fear of losing it all keeps her from enjoying her riches. Focus on feelings of scarcity and lack. A bird is so concerned with holding her possessions tightly, she's unable to fly. 4 of Pentacles denotes an inability to feel secure despite having accumulated wealth. Crow's warning, obsessing on what you may lose will prevent you from experiencing joy from what you have. Exactly. So that was the past, right? When we had that before. Was it in our present? I think it was in our present at that time. Present. High Priestess. Let's read her. We know who she is. I don't think I've read her though yet. Intuition, spirit guides, divine guidance, magic. Element is water. Takes the spark created by the magician and transforms the idea into a tangible reality. Like a shadow passing in the night, her energy is present and can be felt in the gut, but not always seen. Her intuitive power lies in the spiritual unconscious, allowing the high priestess to soar back and forth through the veil, bringing with her divine knowledge. Perched on the moon and surrounded by the 4 suits, your connection with the high priestess is active at this time and should be utilized. She comes ready to deliver the answers you seek through dreams and symbols. Pay attention. She's with you. Oh, and then if it's reversed, so no, never mind. I guess it can give more insight if it's reversed, but I think it just makes it more complicated again. It's like, what's the opposite of the spiritual, loving, compassionate being? The non-spiritual, non-loving, non-compassionate being? Okay, got it, figured out. See, common sense. Had it my whole life, y'all. All right, I'm just kidding. Can I joke? Oh, the hangman, wait. Delay, letting go, waiting to decide. The future, look, we got some more waiting to do. That's okay. Doesn't mean we're not doing stuff, okay? Because even if you're waiting, you're doing. So high vibration, right? It's your frequency. It's your vibration. It's not what you say necessarily, right? So think about that too. Like, yes, words or spellings, but they only can cast on lower densities because, yeah, does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Is there more? I should say so. Because the knowing is what creates it. The vibration is what creates it. Right. Because I can say like, and then I can say it. Huh. Which one felt better? The second one, because it felt almost fun, right? So if it's the vibration, it's not so much the words. And why did Michael create this channel? Because he likes to blab and he thinks everyone's wussing out and no one's tough anymore. And they talk about talking, but nobody can handle the talking. So I wanted to create a safe space where we could talk. You can spell on me all day. Go for it. I've had it. I know people sending me bad juju. I've run into this. You know, they know we're out here. And they wish they could. They wish they could have a sliver of the power that you guys have. You know what I mean? Because I don't need a potion, nothing to do my magic. Doesn't mean if you don't make them, they don't work. But anyways, delay, letting go, waiting to decide. Water. The crow hangs from the blossoming cherry tree to allow his wings to fall in complete surrender. He stays still, leaning into the position and allowing the blood to rush in and nourish his brain, away from the raucous noises of the roost. Oh my God, I can't think of that. Ruckus, Raucous, Ruckus. Is that how you spell ruckus? I was just Rukus. Ruckus. Of the roost, he has let go and is at peace. In silence, he will discover the answers he needs to help move a project or desire forward. The hangman asks that you put the situation or plan on pause so that you can look at it from a different angle. There may be a vital element that you're missing, and the result may be a longer delay. The hangman may suggest getting away from the situation both mentally and physically so that you can recharge your energy and approach the issue with renewed vitality. This card may also represent a project put on hold due to an external force out of your control. The only course of action is to wait patiently. Dang. All right, so just hang out, guys. Just hang out. I told you this. That's all we got to do anyway. Keep saying. No, I'm just messing around. Okay. Oh, we got more? Oh, yeah. I love my Galactic Heritage cards. It's funny that they're being used now, if you know what I mean. But I don't want to stop using them, so. Oh, and then Odin. Yeah, Odin. Odin's next. Sorry, dude. Odin is a regular on this channel. Dude, you're like, do you want me to pull 3 cards now? You? Holy crap. Oh. Okay, 2 cards. I'll do 2. I need 3. Right. 2 cards. First one we got is the Norns. And I swear we've had them before, a couple weeks back. They're not the other ones that we had. We had the Brundheigers or something, or they're from that place. I can't find them. Got you. Yes, and we got the Jolly Green Giant. We got John. Who's the guy? Who's the lumberjack? You know, the lumberjack guy, the big giant white dude who is like Paul Bunyan. We got Paul Bunyan in the house. That's what I wanted to. Okay, so we got the Norns. Come on, Norns. Where you at? There they are. Yeah, Destiny. This is one of the most powerful cards in the decks. There are said to be many Norns. All are born from the gods, elves, and dwarves. But the 3 most prominent are Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld. Yes, I remember reading. They live under the Tree of Life, Yggdrasil, in a beautiful hall near the Well of Fate. Urdarbrunner. They visit each child at birth. This card indicates that the Norns are shaping your life just as they shape the lives of all people. Urd represents your past. Verdandi describes what is presently coming into being. And the third skull represents what shall be. The Norns cast wooden lots, weave cloth, and carve symbols like the runes into wood, all fate crafting activities. Drawing them suggests that you need to set an intention for what you desire could be yours. It must come from a place of reviewing where you've been, what you want, where you see yourself going. The Norns encourage you to surrender your attachment to karma because it is already woven into the path that you're on. Stay in gratitude. Everything has already been created. Cool. No, and I like that too. See, like, this is a good point. So it says, like, they live under the tree of life. They visit each child. This card indicates that they're shaping your life. All of these things as concepts, right? They're not like, we talk archangels, angels, right? They're not just people, right? But not people, like the Norns are shaping your life. What does that mean? Right? It doesn't mean that they're like 3 chicks that are, standing outside of your house every, 5 o'clock or every, on the regular, doing them juju, and then we're going to shape it. Like, no, they're talking about the shape of your life, and it's created within and around you. It's so the Norns, it's an energy signature that they're talking about. So if look at somebody, if we knew all this stuff by heart, you'd be like, hey, Norns, you got some Norns over there. You'd be like, oh, cool, thanks. I am in the process of, restructuring some things. I am in the process, right? So I'm the Norns, you're the Norns, right? They live as beings that are with us all the time. We are always with you, always, in all ways. Like, it's so apparent when you stop looking at like just the physical realm, and you think like you realize this energy, man. And everybody's talking about the same thing. They all think they're different, and that makes all the same. As I said that before, that we try to be different, but I guess that's nothing new. Isn't that what everybody's doing? Everybody's been being different since I was 3 years old. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't know why they're trying. I don't know. Thurs. Oh, Thurs, like Thursday. Thurs is a powerful rune. Represents a portal that holds the energy of transformation and destruction. It contains the same devastating power as Thor's hammer and the giant Thursar. Oh. This portal opens and closes on all that the cosmos contains. Sit and contemplate from a place of non-action, which will allow you to prepare. Look deep into your inner self and examine what is hidden, tucked away in the shadow self. Recognize what needs illuminating before passing through this gateway. When you draw the rune Thurs, it indicates that you're ready to make contact with the divine. Cool. So go for that. It says, if it's in reverse, which I don't think it was, it says you're abusing your power. You may be reaching beyond your abilities. Take responsibility and recognize that not all things are for you. You are not ready to pass through this powerful portal. When we understand the cosmos, we can better appreciate the powerful energies that form and create our universe. There is violence and danger in all rites of passage, even in birth. We face danger coming into this world. Do not miss the opportunity to contemplate your next move. Allow the will of Creator to guide you. Yes. Very good, very good, very good. We all just got to get back home. And that's the whole thing. Everybody wants to go home. Well, what if we all go home and then there's only like we're still all separated? You know what I mean? Like, if home for you is myrtleizing yourself in the name of your God, and then the other religions says it's a sin to myrtleize yourself, then where are we all going to go? Where are we all going to end up? And who's really wanting to go home? And what is home? And where is it that everybody's really trying to go? You got to start asking these questions, right? A lot of times people don't want to talk about this stuff because it's, it's whatever, it's, taboo, or it's not real, or I don't want to think about it. And you know what? That's exactly what kept you coming back to Earth, to do it all over again, because you didn't learn anything from it. You learned how to put makeup on or something, but that was it. You didn't learn the lessons, or whatever. And how do we know what lesson that is? Well, gotta listen. We gotta know, right? Because I can't tell you either. All this stuff that I'm saying right now, right? Like, right? It's only here to help if it does. If not, go figure out your thing. Like it's so many layers to fix, man. Jeez. Right? That's why the number one thing to do is just go have fun. Go play. Go focus on love. Be loving. Go create. Go be a child again. Go do you. Some people don't like that. You do you. I always like that's why I've always been doing it. But it's because they don't like the tone. Oh, you do you. That right. So you don't like how they said it, but you can't just pick on a word. It was like, I don't like that word. Why? Because it's a word. Like, no, you don't like that word because somebody used it in the wrong context. That's all. I ain't gonna pick on a word. I'm gonna do nothing. I just exist, and I'm already getting beat up on it. Shout out to words. All right. Shout out to words. Okay, I'm putting my knee back under my leg under this table. Let's see. So we got. Wow. So that's kind of funny for those of you who follow other channels. So I don't know if you guys are still here or what, but homesickness. Yep, Vega passed. Happens. Right. That's 22. So what we got here? I think like we had one like this too. I mean, it's pretty normal. I didn't see anything in there written that was too fancy. So homesickness, I guess, is coming up this week, right, for people. And there's been a very palpable being out of time. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but yeah, layers, timelines, integrations, all this activations, timelines are totally shifting. And it's kind of cool when I get to have a moment where I'm outside of it all. I don't have to think about nothing. Yeah. I sit there and I'm like, are we on a new timeline? Like, I love being sensitive to this stuff again. It's so fun. And then it's funny too. We got Zeta Reticuli coming back and talking about enlightenment. I literally have to go back and watch a video that I saw where someone was pulling these cards, and I'm pretty sure they got homesickness. And then I know they got Zeta Reticuli, but I think they had presence. So maybe they had a different past. Right. They'll be interesting. But, oh yeah, because they said Zeta's coming to give the gifts back, right? Of enlightenment. Is that what they are? And then third one is fluidity, Andromeda, parallel. Yep. This is the shifting. This is the merging. So we're saying, hey, man. And then Zeta's like from the future being like, all right. We're gonna help you out. And then you're just like, and then how's it gonna happen? Well, Andromeda, our neighboring galaxy, right? Come together. Oh, shut it. How's it? Shut it. I can't do it. Right. You got to both of me, got to do. It's almost like Michael Jackson. Didn't he do? It's Aerosmith, but it's Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? All right. Got to do something before I start to sneeze. Come together. All right, guys. Well, love you. Miss yous. Looking forward to the next one. Hopefully this helped clear up some things for anybody. I'll be back sooner rather than later. Much love. Peace. Good day and namaste. Later.